On behalf of Career Launcher Bhubaneswar and Katak, congratulations first.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent result. And we all today we basically wanted to discuss your success story. So first, tell me what is your background like? You're a science, commerce, humanities. Which stream?
Humanities are like humanities.
So was it the natural course of action? Did you plan it like long before that you're going to take up CLAT and pursue law as a career, or was it something that struck later?
So I had this idea that I wanted to take I wanted to do law, but I did not know much about CLAT. Like I only researched about CLAT after 10th. So until 10th, like 10th was the end for me. Like I just knew I needed to do well here. But after 10th, I started like researching and all, like what I need to do to get through CLAT. And yeah, that's 10th.
Okay. Dipankar sir, you want to?
Yeah, Ananta, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll start with something basic conversation. I wanted to ask you throughout the preparation, did you compromise on anything and you thought, "Ki after this exam, I'm definitely going to do this like properly for a long, long time."
Like not throughout the preparation, but I used to read a lot, like a lot of fiction books, and so last few months I just read one or two, just like that I would do something other than CLAT preparation. But like I had a lot of like books on my list that I want to read now. Like especially I knew they were not that good, so they would not help me in CLAT. So now I read them, and yeah. So also a lot of friends I used to talk to them on a daily basis, but I couldn't while I was preparing. Maybe we would talk once in a week or sometimes once in 2 weeks. So now I'll get back to them.
And the preparation that the effort that you put forth, let's say you prepared for a year and at the end you realize that at the point of when you're sitting this exam, the pattern is slightly changed because current affairs is not the same as they put
Yes, sir.
the last year. After you were done with this exam, were you expecting a better rank or you were satisfied with whatever you appeared in the exam?
No, sir. Like after I counted the number of questions that I had attempted. I saw only 120, and I realized like I'm not going to get a very good rank. I realized it immediately after exam. But the reaction of people on the internet was like, okay, maybe I was getting hopes after seeing people's reaction on the internet. Some were saying it was like tougher than last year's paper, which it was not. But yeah, so I was getting hopes. But like I'm happy like with my rank.
Vishal?
So, Anandita, just give us a brief of how you started with your preparations. And were you serious right from day one, or did you change anything during the course of your preparations? Give us a brief synopsis of your entire prep story. Right?
So I like seriously started preparing back in June 2020, and for a month I did it like really like diligently. Like I did my CLAT preparation along with boards preparation, and one of my friends said we would decide targets that we have to complete like weekly targets and do it, and I did it. But like July onwards, I just started like maybe because of the school pressure and all, I started giving less time to CLAT, like a little less, and also yeah. So and after December, like maybe January onwards, I like went back to giving more time to CLAT. Also like CLAT preparation and yeah, so I did it like that was the time when I like actually started seriously doing it. But like I would say July to December, I did not give it my best. Like yeah, that was the time I did not do much.
So, when you say you got serious and you spent more time, would you just explain what is that more time that you are referring to? How much in terms of hours?
Uh, I don't know, sir. Like in the month of like February, March, I like our boards were still not cancelled, so I would give some time to boards as well, but more time to CLAT. Like I don't remember, maybe 7 8 hours, like then.
Okay.
Yeah, and like like in the month of June, we got to know that no boards. That was like now we have nothing else to do, just CLAT. So yeah, I just like woke up, CLAT, and that is it. That's how I slept. Yeah.
That 7 8 hours, how much of that would comprise of reading in general? I mean, there's a part of your preparation which is about taking tests, right? Be it topic test, be it section test, be it mocks. So that is obviously one part, but beyond that you have to read a lot. So the reading was how much part of your preparation?
So I mean, I did not like read. something like much. I just read newspaper and like novels alongside, like yeah, but very slowly. But mostly I practiced, like season also.
Right. Deepak?
Anita, you keep on telling that reading is one of your habits. Now, when the pattern changed in 1.5 years back, some people thought that the previous pattern was right because ratta lagana tha aur answer wahan pe karna tha. And sooner or later, people realize that even if the paper was substantially easy, it gets difficult when you have to read around more than 30 passages in a mock. Do you think that your reading habit that you inculcated throughout your life kind of contributed to this paper as well? Would it be different otherwise if you did not have a reading habit?
Maybe to some extent, but like I mostly like reading fiction, so it did not help much. I mean, yeah, I had the habit, so it's like it was a little easier, but I don't think it helped much. Also, I like initially when I started reading newspaper, I found it daunting, but eventually when I like got used to it, I think that helped.
And the one thing that people keep on doing, and you would also realize this, that when you read for an exam like CLAT, which you know it's going to happen a year later, how important it is to stop reading and then going for a mock test or a sectional test or a topic test. Because the biggest mistake that people do is keep on studying, but then you never go and replicate that atmosphere of answering and eliminating options. Do you think that it is important that you start with sectional tests and topic tests, or do you think that you should read for 7 months and then go for a topic test or a sectional test?
Okay, I think it's like really important. Like I gave mocks according to the schedule. Also, I like initially I was not so keen on doing sectional tests and topic tests, but I don't remember when exactly. But I at one point I shifted all my focus to like giving as much sectional tests and mock tests I could, topic tests I could, and mock tests I gave according to the schedule. But when we got to know that our paper is offline, so like at that point I started like practicing as much offline questions I could. Yeah.
Vishal sir?
So Anandita, what was your strategy in CLAT? Like, which which order did you attend the sections, and how much time did you give? And again, was it something which was pre-decided, or did you decide during the test?
No, sir. So on the exam day, all I was thinking of like how I would give the paper and which order, how much time, and like all the things that all the teachers told us to keep in mind. Like I was just recalling those points so that I don't mess it up. Because just before exam, I had this realization that until now my preparation is one thing, and in the exam hall, whatever I do will be more important than that. So I attempted like I started with legal and then GK. uh, I did both the sections in 55 minutes, which was more than I thought, but in between they came to sign the paper and also it was okay. And by 3:20, I completed like English, legal and GK. And then I thought that I would give 10 minutes to like quantitative aptitude and 20 to reasoning because I was expecting it to be like tough. And then I gave maths 10 minutes. And after that, I thought like it's easy. So let me do the third set. And that's where I went wrong because the third set was messed up and I gave it more than 5 minutes only to like do two questions. I was getting so many cannot be determined answers that eventually I messed it up. And when I came to reasoning, I realized it was so easy that I panicked that I should have given it more time and have like done it earlier. And yeah, so I could not do the last two passages for which I have like a little bit of regret, but I think it's okay. Like yeah, reasoning was easy. So
And if I'm not mistaken, I think you were struggling with GK earlier, right?
it's a lot.
So when we had discussed the other time, you were scoring pretty well with all the other sections. You were consistently getting 90 plus in the mocks, but GK was an area of concern.
Yes,
Address,
yes, sir. Like I hated revising GK.
yes, how did you address that?
I think like even like Dipankar has pointed it out that I have to give it like because GK and maths are like the like constant parts which I cannot see. And actually at that moment I realized like if I really want to get a good rank that I cannot neglect a section like any part of the paper. I have to take everything into consideration. And yeah, that's when I started reading compendiums. Although it did not help much because ultimately the questions were such that like I don't think I could have remembered the exact measurement of India's water, but yeah, I'm like happy with my preparation. Like at least I tried for GK also, and my score was not as bad like as it used to be sometimes in mock. So I'm happy.
Funny.
Yeah, Ananta, one thing I would ask you throughout your mocks with Career Launcher, what was the minimum score that you got in a mock, and what is the maximum that you went on to? And a major problem that people suffer is that they resort to a particular average mark, and then they can't breach that barrier, and then they have to address what is the weakness, the strength. They need to do some self introspection and then do it. So how did you manage that plateau, and what was your lowest score in a mock?
So my lowest score in my mock was the first mock that I attempted. This was 35 because back then I did not have the patience to sit for 2 hours and answer the paper, which is like something very like, stupid. But I did it. Yeah, 35. I just attempted like two sections, and my highest was 117.25. And like my score was also like like fluctuating a lot, and sometimes like for a long time it was like constant in 90s, and that annoyed me. But then it started fluctuating a lot. Like sometimes I would score really well and I would feel like I'm going to do this, and sometimes it would like go down to 80s my percentile. Then I would feel like वैसे नहीं होगा. But yeah, I also had this confidence issue. Like my confidence would fluctuate with my mock score, but I think I had friends I would cry with. We would both cry like क्या होगा पता नहीं flat में, and so it's like ultimately it's a paper. So
So, Anandita, when you say that you got certain poor scores or not exactly the kind of score which you would have wanted, so here you tell me one thing, because it's an advice which will be really valuable for aspirants preparing in 2022 and 23. That how much of a role does your mental makeup make on that particular day, how you're feeling about it, and does that have any impact? Is there a psychological impact that on that particular day I'm feeling good about things, so I tend to score better in mocks on another day? Because stress is a common problem, and the pandemic has only made situations worse. So, would you throw some light on that?
so I think it's as important as any other factor. Like, I mean, on that day, I was really happy. I'll tell you, on exam day, I was really like, I was not thinking about anything else except how I'll attempt the paper. And luckily, I had a friend on the center. And like, when we both were standing in the line, we just kept talking. Everyone was quiet, but we kept talking because we knew the moment we shut up, we'd think about how we'll do in the exam, and that would make us like stressful. So we just kept talking until we reached our rooms. So that helped. And yeah, so I think it's really important that on the exam day, instead of thinking what we remember and not, it's important how you attempt the paper and like not panic.
So, what would be some very good topics to discuss just before the exam?
Uh, I don't know, sir. So we were in school, so we had a lot of discussion. Like, and also the center was so crowded that we were like complaining like there's nothing, and also that's the best thing we can talk about.
Right. And when you went in for the test, did you have a particular number in your mind that I have to score minimum this much? I have to attempt at least this many questions. Were there any such numbers which were playing around in your mind?
So not on that day. Like on that day, my aim was just to like attempt as many questions I can, like accurately, obviously, like not just random guesses. But yeah, that's what I thought. And I only realized I've attempted only 120 questions after the exam when I counted it. So yeah.
Okay. So just take us through with your process of analyzing the mock. I'm sure you have taken so many mocks, you must have analyzed them. So how did you went about analyzing your mocks, and how would you identify areas which needed improvement, and how would you eventually work on them, those areas?
So I like initially I would like when I started giving marks, I would analyze each and every question. But like when we had the offline format, like we could download it and then print it and do it. I would like just mark the questions which I thought like like while answering that these were giving me a hard time. I would mark them, and while analyzing, I would pay attention to those questions. Also, while analyzing, I realized like I did not like vocabulary based questions. I did not practice words. I realized that I was getting a lot of questions wrong because I did not like know the meaning of words in particular context. So I just went back to the traditional way of learning words, the word list and all, and that's when like my scores increased a little. So analyzing is really important. Also GK, it helps you remember the questions you get wrong. Yeah.
And roughly how much time would you spend in analyzing one particular mock?
Extra.
How much time would you dedicate to analyzing one particular mock?
I would say 2 3 hours, like at least. Like
Right. And what are your career plans in the future?
I don't know. I'm like really confused. I don't have much idea about law. So I just really want to go to law school and just learn about it, and then like there I'll decide.
Right. So that's it from my end. Sir, if you have any questions.
Yeah. So my only question is, what would you advise or suggest somebody who is preparing for CLAT next year, or maybe next year, that is 2022 and 2023? How should they go about it?
I would say just first of all, like expect questions to be like unexpected. If they come up with a paper without problem, that would be surprising. Also, just like I don't think there's like because there's uncertainty with CLAT. I don't think there's much you can focus on, but reading speed and accuracy is something that you can focus on. And also with legal, we realize that although current events are important, we also need to go back and like learn the basic principles, which people were discouraging. Some people were discouraging, but we did it, and that helped a lot. Honestly, the principles and fact-based questions because this time there were no legal like knowledge questions like current legal knowledge questions, all were based like contract questions. We need that habit to read those passages, so I think it's important, like you have to do so much because you don't know what they might come up with.
Dipankar?
I have got one final question. Now, I can sense the euphoria that you're in because now everything makes sense, whatever you went through the entire year. But then when you look back, you find the entire year, there were some days where you could study 10 hours. There are some days you can't even study 1 hour because of a lack of maybe mood. People say that they don't have the motivation throughout the year. So as somebody who has cleared this exam, what would you suggest somebody how to manage the highs and lows during this entire year?
I think like people need to understand you cannot study so long every day. And I would point out this because now that we have lockdown, we have so much time that when you don't study, you feel guilty, like you're wasting time and all. But I think we're giving more than enough, and it's like okay to have a day or two off and then come back stronger than like stressing every single day. And I did have like points where like for days like there were a few days where I did not do much. I would just like give a sectional test or something to feel better, like that I did at least something. So yeah, I think CLAT does not require you to work every day for 10 hours, but instead you have to just like consistently keep going, but don't burn yourself out before the paper. So
And some point of time you mentioned that you used to put in around 7-8 hours, sometime around February, March. So how do you used to utilize the whole day? Do you used to connect with all the areas, or there was a separate routine kind of thing that you had?
I don't really remember much about that time, but I just did the basics like reading newspaper and all. So I had a routine that back then, but I don't really remember much. But I used to like no sir. Actually, one of my friends is like she is like an organization freak. Like she would organize everything. So she gave me this idea to like divide time and everything like work. So I would divide what all I need to do and like mark how many hours I need like to do it. Like especially for the questions that we were given and like the practice sets that we were given, like material, study material. I divided all of it. Like I literally made a list of all the things that I needed to cover and how much time approximately I would need. I gave it more time than I would need, so I completed it like that way. So eventually I struck it out. So I felt nice like after completing everything. So I had this list of like all the things I need to complete. That's how I like gave 7-8 hours then. But in middle, like sometimes like when our exams were postponed and all, there was uncertainty, so I could not give it as much time as I used to. So it's not like I studied for 7-8 hours or more like every day.
Nandita, I think your friend has also played a major role in your success. I think you should acknowledge her by naming her. So who was she?
So no, sir, like I am talking about different friends. So one of my friend is like my school friend. Like I would say, Annos, thank you so much. She even gave me notes like when I did not want to prepare for boards. I mean, yeah, she just gave me notes so that I could get back to preparing for board. Although the exams did not happen, but she helped me a lot. Also, when our exams were postponed for a day, I felt so stressed that I cried. Actually, I cried, and she was there to console me. And like, wow. So thank you so much. Also, I would give a shout out to all my friends because they understood that I could not give them so much time as I used to, but still they were there for me. So yeah. Also, I was preparing with a few people who are also giving class, so just we went through the same problems that I did, so we could just share and try together. Yeah.
Right.
Also, one more thing. I
Yeah.
would also like to thank my family a lot because none of them like know much about what I'm doing. Like, there's no lawyer in our family, so but still they are supporting me so much. Also, yeah, like so cooperative. Even my grandfather, who's in Bihar, he would call me just to like any information that he received about CLAT from YouTube or anything, he would just call me and confirm, okay, how is this? Even after results, he's like constantly calling. So I think I appreciate it a lot. The things that family, also you people. How do I forget you all? Like, thank you so much for guiding me. Like, I think I was so confused after the pattern change. Initially, I was happy that there's no like direct vocabulary based questions and all, but I was so confused that thank you for guiding me so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we also hope your college reopens for your freshers batch, because people keep on losing out on their freshers batch.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, all the best, and Anamita.
Thank you, sir.